Well, that was a bit of a departure from what I've gotten used to on this show so far. We've come into a world of 1500s dating apps or something, it would seem. This is a lot of fun, guys. This is my first time reaction and analysis to Haus of Holbein from Six the Musical. So please sit back, relax, enjoy, and I will see you after.
Welcome to the house.
To the Haus of Holbein. Ja. Oh ja. Das ist gut. Oh ja. Ja. The Haus of Holbein.
It's like super sounds like a dating show, or like a reality show or a game show, maybe. It's really short. It's only a 2-minute video. We have Haus of Holbein here in the title, but it's actually Holbein, Haus of Holbein, Haus auf Holbein. Animatic, yeah. High energy, very high energy, just pumping, like, I don't know, pretty classic EDM from, what, 20 years ago? Just 4 on the floor techno, right? This is fun. This is fun. I like it.
Welcome to the house.
To the Haus of Holbein. Ja.
Like,
Ja. Das ist gut. Oh ja. Ja. The Haus of Holbein.
good. All cuts out. The Haus of Holbein. Just for a second, all the music stops. There's like the Haus of Holbein. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know what I'm getting into here.
House of Holbein.
Hans Holbein goes around the world, painting all of the beautiful girls from Spain to France and Germany.
The king chooses one, but which one will it be?
Oh, this is fun. This kind of like what Viennese kind of. Very bouncy. Very bouncy. Yeah, this has got a what? They're presenting they must be presenting a suitor of some kind. Holbein. The suitor. All doing accents, which is very fun. We love an accent. It's one of my favorite things to do is just weird accents. You should see me and my friends and my family members together. It's just a bunch of accents and random quotes from TV shows and movies.
Holbein.
Hans Holbein goes around the world, painting all of the beautiful girls from Spain to France and Germany.
The king chooses one, but which one will it be?
This is kind of there's a German kind of singing, a kind of style called Sprechstimme. And it's kind of like sung speech. It's different than recit or recitativo in Italian for sung dialogue. It's kind of exactly what's happening here, where they're kind of singing, but there's obviously no perfectly accurate pitches. There's no like really accurate melody. They're just kind of sliding through the words. That's called Sprechstimme. Maybe Mason can throw that word up here for you guys to see it. Yeah, I'll just flag it a little bit.
Painting all of the beautiful girls
right there.
from Spain to France and Germany.
And Germany, like all of this stuff where it's not just dialogue. It has kind of a sung melodic quality to it, but it's not sung like a normal melody is sung. So just a fun fact for you all today. That's kind of what's happening here.
All of the beautiful girls from Spain to France and Germany.
The king chooses one, but which one will it be?
France and Germany.
Chaotic.
The king chooses one, but which one will it be?
You bring the corsets, we'll bring the cinches. No one wants a waist over 9 inches.
So what's the makeup contains lead poison?
At least your complexion will bring all the boys in.
That's funny. This is I love how much the music shifts. It really goes, it's like, it goes to like quarter time from what it is in this first section, like really fast, really chaotic, to just completely pulled back. A huge departure from musically what we were hearing. Although actually, not a total departure. It's really a departure in tempo, but the actual vibe is kind of similar. Boom, boom, boom. instead of like boom, 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 right?
Wann will it be?
You bring the corsets,
We'll bring the cinches.
no
Also, I love when something drops into halftime. It drops into a groove. It goes from like a really fast kind of manic thing into a groove. Absolutely awesome.
Wann will it be?
You bring the corsets,
Goes hard.
We'll bring the cinches.
no one wants a waist over 9 inches.
9 inches.
The
God,
makeup contains leg
that can't be possible. 9 inches? No way. That's too small.
a waist over 9 inches. So what the makeup contains lead poison.
At least your complexion will bring all the boys in.
They're all doing accents. I was in one of these women German. I can't remember which one, but the one who got introduced and they were all saying like, yeah, yeah. But they definitely aren't all German. So it's funny they're all doing like quasi-German accents.
Lead poison.
At least your complexion will bring all the boys in.
Ignore the fear and you'll be fine. We'll turn this fear into a 9. So just say yeah and don't say nine. 'Cause now you're in the house. In the house of Holbein, yeah.
Yeah, so this is some kind of like dating setup, some kind of dating show for suitors, and they're looking at portraits and talking about getting ready for it and what they want and how they're going to look on their profiles, I guess. Trying to absorb it all, but if you're thinking about the music and the lyrics and the animatic, it's a lot to. There's only so much bandwidth, really.
Since Peter, understandably, is not as focused on the lyrics, I wanted to point out something cool I noticed about them. The writers occasionally choose to use German words in the place of English words during this song, and while it does fit the setting of the song, it actually has a dual purpose. For example, the lines "ignore the fear and you'll be fine" will turn this wir into a 9, so just say ja and don't say nein. Wir is the German word for 4, so the second line really means we'll turn this 4 into a 9, but 4 doesn't rhyme with fear from the previous line, so they used a German word instead. The next line, so just say ja and don't say nein, translates to so just say yes and don't say no, but they use 9, the German word for no, to rhyme with 9, the number from the previous line. I just thought it was a really clever use of switching between languages, so I wanted to point it out. Now back to Peter.
A 9. So just say yeah and don't say nine. 'Cause now you're in the house. In the house of Holbein, yeah.
Techno.
Oh ja. Das ist gut, oh ja.
Das ist gut.
Ja. The House of Holbein.
Das ist gut would be. You gotta throw that T on the end of it. On das ist gut. Das ist gut. Das ist gut. Of course, I guess more locally, if you're a fluent German speaker, similar to in English, you might drop a letter off because the culture and in the language environment you're in, people are so used to hearing it, you might be able to say das ist gut, das ist gut, das ist gut. It's a way to actually pronounce, like actually to say it clearly, but I don't think anyone's going to misunderstand if you say das ist gut. Ist gut. Das ist. I digress.
Oh ja. Das ist gut, oh ja. Ja. The House of Holbein.
We must make sure the princesses look great when the time comes for the Holbein portrait. We know what all the best inventions are to hold everything out.
Ja, ist wunderbar.
Wunderbar. Yeah, so they're making their portraits for this dating app, essentially like a super old-fashioned dating app. Instead of a picture, you have a fully beautifully painted portrait done for the House of Holbein. Yeah.
Holbein.
We must make sure the princesses look great when the time comes for the Holbein portrait. We know what all the best inventions are to hold everything out.
Ja, ist wunderbar.
Got some pizzicato strings, the plucked string sound that comes in the second half of this new section here. Blung, 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 blung. Listen for that.
When the time comes for the Holbein portrait, we know what all the best inventions are to hold everything out.
Ja, ist wunderbar.
For blonder hairs and you just add a magical ingredient from your bladder.
I love how hard that goes. It's shockingly hard, that kick snare. And then, ding, ding. Was it a bassoon? Bassoon or a bass clarinet? Great instruments. I love a bassoon. Absolutely love a bassoon. Yeah, it's great. That thing like doom, 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 that weird sounding bass instrument. Either a bassoon or a bass clarinet, I think. In the halftime.
For blonder hairs and you just add a magical ingredient from your bladder. Try these heels so high it's naughty.
But we cannot guarantee that you'll still walk at 40.
That was funny. They all popped out of their German accents to just do their normal, I think pretty much all British accents, right? I think I mentioned that earlier, all UK. But I think that's the first line. I think the whole rest of this has all been them doing their version of a German accent. It's very fun, but funny to hear them pop out just for that one line. Breaking character for a second. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying my series on Six the Musical. If you'd like early access, I'm releasing all these videos a week ahead on Patreon before the public gets them. So come check out my Patreon, join us a week ahead of time for all the future videos on Six, and the next one is already there. Hope to see you over there. Peace.
Magical ingredient from your bladder. Try these heels so high it's naughty.
But we cannot guarantee that you'll still walk at 40.
Ignore this fear and you'll be fine. Bill turns his fear into a 9. So just say yeah and don't say 9. 'Cause now you're in the house of Holbein. Oh yeah.
I want to go back because they actually do some singing here. We get a little bit of melody here. Not a ton, but enough to point out.
Try these heels so high it's naughty.
So this is like, before it was like full-on Sprechstimme, where it is just speaking, but there's a kind of a melody to it. This is like one more step towards full-on singing, where it's still very dialogue and speech-based, but there's a more clear melody. There's a more clear melody now, and then they go into full-on singing in a minute. So it's a cool, you kind of see the different levels of it.
From your bladder. Try these heels so high it's naughty.
But we cannot guarantee that you'll
That's
still
obviously
walk
just
at 40.
dialogue.
Ignore this fear.
Now we're singing.
You'll be fine. Bill turns his fear into a 9. So
We cannot guarantee that you'll still walk at
C minor.
40.
ignore this.
Okay, so we're up to, they're just getting up to that C. There's been a number of high C belts in full chest voice throughout the song so far. That's what they're getting up to. So nothing crazy high, but certainly higher than, what they were doing with the dialogue and the Sprechstimme.
But we cannot guarantee that you'll still walk at 40.
Ignore this fear and you'll be fine. Bill turns his fear into a 9.
It's very
Just
catchy.
say yeah and don't say 9. 'Cause now you're in the house of Holbein.
And then that moment where it's very old-fashioned and the full techno comes in again.
Say yeah and don't say 9. 'Cause now you're in the house
That's funny.
Das ist gut, oh ja. Ja.
The House of Holbein.
Yeah. All right, great stuff. Well, that was the House of Holbein. Made it to 13 minutes, so perhaps this will be a standalone video, but we'll see. If not, I'll see you back very soon for the next song, and if not, I'll see you exactly 1 week from today for the next song. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. That's the best place to do it. And as always, it's totally free and takes just a couple seconds to subscribe, so do that, and I'll see you in the next video for Six the Musical. Bye-bye.